Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to this quick little video that I want to make for you because we have a great question here from Chitty Pulu. I hope I got your name right. I always feel so bad whenever I get people's name wrong because I don't know about you, get like my name Conan. A lot of people get my name messed up, and I always get so upset. Like, hey, it's so easy. It's Conan. Like, how do you mess that up? So I do apologize if I messed up your name, but that's a cool name by the way. But anyway, so he crushes cardio, which is awesome. But his main question is: are there any suggestions for vegetarians who also eat eggs on how to maintain a good diet to ensure sufficient protein intake? And now that is honestly one of the biggest struggles most vegetarians and vegans as well, most importantly vegans, have when it comes to achieving their fitness goals, is making sure that their protein intake is to at least sufficient levels to still make sure that they're building the absolute amount of muscle that they're actually trying to look for, right? Because they have no issues hitting their carb goals and their fat goals because those are all vegetarian and vegan friendly. But protein, unfortunately, because most high quality protein sources come from animal-based products, it can be kind of difficult. But there are kind of ways around this situation, which I've actually made a quick little presentation on. So I want to kind of get into that. So, like I mentioned to you, getting enough protein in as a vegetarian is absolutely achievable. It does only just require a bit more, maybe like planning ahead of time, and also just like educating yourself on maybe like certain foods, and then also like combining certain foods to like be or to kind of like make like a complementary like source of protein, which I'll touch on a bit later on. So here are a couple suggestions and examples to help you maintain a balanced and protein-rich diet on a vegetarian diet. So the first thing that I want you to kind of focus on is to include a variety of protein sources, just to ensure that you're getting all essential amino acids, right? So include a diverse range of protein-rich foods into your diets, which includes tofu, tempeh, seitan, legumes, such as beans, lentils, chickpeas, nuts, seeds, dairy, if you actually can consume this, and of course eggs, which I know that you specifically can. Honestly, dairy and eggs are amazing sources of protein. So definitely, if you are able to eat these foods, definitely consider stocking up on those, right? So here's a quick little visual of how much protein each kind of like vegan or vegetarian source has. But like I mentioned to you, eggs and dairy are going to be like your highest quality sources of protein, right, on this list. So considering that you can eat eggs, I really want you to prioritize eggs because they're an excellent source of high quality protein. They contain all 9 essential amino acids that your body basically needs. And so there's a bunch of different ways to make eggs. I'm sure you guys don't need a tutorial on how to make eggs, but you can make boiled eggs as snacks, scrambled eggs with some veggies for breakfast, or adding hard-boiled eggs to like a salad, for example. So I usually make my eggs, I don't want to go too much into depth about eggs, but I usually make them kind of like this, like sunny side up. So I'll crack them into like a pan like this, and then I'll actually like add water around the rims, around the edges, and then I'll put another pan on top, like a lid on top. So basically what this allows it to do, it basically will cook it from the bottom while also simultaneously steaming from the top, right? So I do that for about a couple minutes and it just turns into like the most perfect egg. I have 4 eggs every single day and they just turn out perfect. Make sure you don't overdo it because I still like the runny yolk. That's how I do it personally, but again, there's a bunch of different ways to like make your eggs, right? Now, second thing here is if you really do struggle with like having them from like actual whole sources, like actual whole foods, consider opting for like a plant-based protein powder, right? Like on the market nowadays, there's so many different protein powders to choose from. There's like pea proteins, rice proteins, hemp proteins, pumpkin seed proteins, soy proteins, or a blend of these that can all be added to like smoothies, oatmeal, baked goods, brownies. Like there's so many different things that you can do with protein powders as well. And actually, like I'll actually show you really quickly. So this is the one I used to use personally, the plant protein from My Protein, which by the way, if you guys do want to try any product from My Protein, but especially their vegan stuff, like your vegan protein, you guys can actually use code Cohnan to save 40% off your entire order. I used to actually have this exact same one, tiramisu. The banana bread flavor is also amazing, but I've actually noticed that baking with vegan protein powder is actually amazing. I used to make protein pancakes with like a vegan protein powder almost every single day for breakfast. They turned out amazing because usually if you bake with like a whey-based protein powder, they tend to like dry out pretty quickly, which is kind of annoying. Also, like when you make like banana bread or any type of like, if you bake it in general, it'll tend to dry out with like a whey protein, especially like an isolate protein. But with like a vegan protein powder, they actually tend to like not dry out as much, which is actually quite nice. So it's perfect for baking, and plus I highly recommend the banana bread flavor. So what I actually used to do as well is I'd take a scoop of protein powder and I'd add a bit of water into it, turn it into like almost like a sludge-like consistency, which sounds really weird, but it's actually amazing. And then I use it as a topping on top of like maybe some rice cakes or my oatmeal, or maybe on top of a banana. I maybe dip my banana in it and then eat it. So many variations you can use with like a protein powder. So definitely highly recommend, especially if you struggle getting it from like actual foods, right? Also try to experiment with like meat substitutes. So especially nowadays as well, there's like Beyond Meats. There's so many different like companies that make like vegan friendly meat substitutions, which to my surprise actually taste amazing. I've actually dabbled with a couple of these in the past before, and I actually taste amazing, and the macros are honestly not too bad either. So there are many meat substitutes available nowadays in the market that are either made from like either soy or wheat gluten like seitan, or other plant-based ingredients, and these can be used to replace meat in recipes like burgers, meatballs, tacos, stir fries, providing you with a protein-rich alternative. So Yves is one of those brands that you can actually do. I think they're Canada-based. In America, there's probably a bunch more options that you can choose from, but this specifically, this original veggie ground beef, literally tastes amazing. Like if you add your whole bolognese mix with like the pasta sauce, with some vegetables and maybe some pasta, honestly, I don't think you can taste the difference. So with the technology nowadays, it's like there are some pretty cool alternatives, right? And now, if you can consume dairy, highly recommend dairy. So include foods like Greek yogurts, which is honestly top of the list, honestly. Cottage cheese as well, which is awesome. And then also regular cheese, low-fat cheese, and like low-fat milk and stuff are all excellent sources of protein. And they can also be incorporated into meals, snacks, or smoothies for an added boost of protein. So yeah, low-fat Greek yogurts, absolutely amazing. This is literally straight protein. Add some berries to this, some fruits, some sweeteners, and boom, you got an entire just like bowl of pretty much just pure protein, right? If you're a vegetarian, obviously. And now, one last thing here is you can actually combine complementary proteins in order to like make a whole protein, right? So individual plant-based foods may not contain all essential amino acids, but you can create complete proteins by combining some of these complementary sources. So for example, you can pair beans with rice, hummus with whole grain pita bread, or peanut butter on whole grain toast. So take a screenshot of this and you can actually like combine these foods together, one of these or the other, to almost like make like a complete protein source, right? And so that's all that I have for you for this quick little presentation. And now if you are looking for some more vegan friendly recipe ideas, not just vegetarian, but actually vegan friendly, I've actually made an entire cookbook on vegan recipes that has over, I think, 40 recipes in this one. So if you're part of the premium, actually if you're part of like my free fat loss group, you have access to this. So you can download this, save it to your phone, print it out, save it to your desktop, and literally try some of these recipes out. So yeah, hopefully you took some value out of this quick little video. If you have any further questions for me, please let me know, but hopefully this gave you with more than enough information to start hitting your protein goals, whether you follow a vegan diet or most importantly, like vegetarian diet as well. So yeah, I'll let you go. Any questions, please let me know, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace. Now, if you want to be around a community of like-minded people just like yourself who will educate you, motivate you, and inspire you to absolutely demolish your health and fitness goals, come join the Barbarian Squad down below. I guarantee you, you will not regret it one single bit, and I'll see you inside.